today I am going to be sharing with you how I utilize all three of these planners to help me stay on track throughout the week. Hey guys, I'm Tracy and I want to welcome you all back to my channel. And for those of you that are here for the first time, welcome. So yes, we're going to be doing a little bit of a setup today, but I'm also going to be walking you through how I utilize these three planners. I have a Hemlock and Oak daily planner, a Passion Planner weekly planner, as well as an Ara Estelle weekly planner as well. Well, weekly and daily planner. This one serves as on the go. So this one is on the go. This is like a pre-planning weekly overview, and this obviously breaks down my days. So yes, do I need all three? Yes, I do. Plus, I like planners, so why not have multiples? All right, so when I actually go to set up for the week ahead, I do have a couple of other planners that I use. One of them is more of a tracker. It's my workout planner tracker. So I don't really do much planning in that, but I do have a social media planner. That one I set up actually probably the middle of the week prior to like kind of notify me of anything that's coming up in the upcoming week as far as any of the PR teams I'm on, as well as any videos or anything like that that I need to film. So I do reference that. So this is off to the side so that way I can reference it if I need it when I'm setting it up. So I do like to start with my weekly Passion planner. So I just started utilizing this particular planner in August. And the month of July, I tried to go without a weekly overview planner. And y'all, I mean, I wouldn't say everything fell apart, but I just felt like something was missing. I really need that quick at a glance weekly overview. And it really does help me better pinpoint how to sort out my week. I try to do that in this particular on the go planner, but it's an on-the-go planner, so it's not going to stay in my office throughout the week. It's going to be in my purse or my work bag. So yeah, that's the reason why I moved to this. So for this one, I'm still kind of figuring out how best to utilize it. I am filming this video a little bit before I usually do. I do try to set this up like Friday, more likely Sunday of the week prior, but I'm filming this like in the middle of the week prior. So I don't exactly know everything that's going to go on the following week, which is fine because I don't like to put too much stuff out on the internet. That's why I don't do many after the pens. I know people really like after the pen videos, but it has all my stuff in it, you know? I am going to throw a little bit of decoration on this particular page, just because why not? I have this Posh Academy sticker book. I don't have any kids, but you know, school is starting. This is the week that school is starting around here. So I figured I'll try to find something that's a little bit more school oriented. Some of these things can be used whenever. They don't have to be used for school, but let's use these. These are definitely school related. There's like Elmer's glue. I mean, I know I use Elmer's glue. I have the glue sticks, but we're good. All right. So and after I did that, I was like, you know what? I have these stickers. So now I'd wasted all that time. And I'm going to put these on because I think they'll match it perfectly. Operation use all the stickers. All right, so I'm going to throw a little bit of these on the page just because I want to kind of see where I can decorate. I do need to leave most of this pretty free because, you know, I just don't know what I'm going to use, like how much space I'm going to need. I can decorate down here. I haven't really been using this space that much, but I do like to leave a little bit just in case. So yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and kind of throw a few things down. I just wanted to throw some stickers down just to make it look cute. Like I said, I'm still not really using this area, so I didn't really feel like I needed it. So I have these already pulled. I think those will work because they match these colors. I probably could also pull maybe a purple. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna time block my work hours. I am generally a teleworker, but I still like to time block that out because I really need to be aware and not schedule things when I'm working. All right, so my time blocking is done. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this off here because it's annoying me. By the way, I am an affiliate for Live La Posh, so I will have my discount code and affiliate link down in the description box. That's where the stickers came from. You don't really have a lot of shops that have like a lot of school related stickers. So I'm gonna have my personal to-dos and my work to-dos. I'm not gonna fill them out. Like I said, it's way too early for me to fill those out. I'll fill those out on Sunday, but I'm gonna color code them, and then I'm gonna color code like personal appointments and stuff up here, and then work specific meetings and stuff like that will also be a different color. So for those, I think I'm gonna do green and yellow because I have them here. So I think I'll do the green for work. Now I kind of want to come in here with a third color. All right, I think I'm gonna come in here with a purple. So like right now, like I said, it's still so early in the week. I don't really know what's going on, but like this will be my work. That's my personal appointments. Now, what I've been doing when it comes to this, now I just highlighted this just to add a little bit of flair down to the bottom. You know, I just did the every other line thing. I will still fill in each and every line, but I do think it helps break it apart versus just looking like one big clunky thing. You can kind of see that there's multiples. Yeah, I just like the color. Basically, so I time block, but I mainly just time block for my work. And then I do like to leave something like in the early evenings because if I have dinner plans or any after work things, and I like to keep that there. But for the most part, it's not that important. But like once we get to like 7:30, 8, 9, you know, that's usually my wind down time where there's not going to be much in the planner, you know. So I've been using this space. When I say I've been using, yeah, we're 3 weeks in. But I've been using this just as regular to-dos. So my daily to-dos. And when we think about daily to-dos, it's basically like chores. If I have to make a phone call that day, like certain days, like if something's closed on Monday, then I know Tuesday I need to make that phone call. So something like that is kind of how I kind of fill it in. My general to-dos will go here that aren't really date specific, but if there's anything date specific, it goes in there. Like I said, like Tuesday, it's going to be take the trash can around because my trash comes on Wednesday. That will be one of my to-dos because it's easy to check off. Why not put it on there? But I'll have other like house related stuff. So it's a lot of house related stuff, but there are some other things that go on there eventually. But I'm going to go ahead and just highlight some lines here. Again, as someone who likes to decoratively plan, this adds some fun like color to my planner, but it's not taking up any function. Now you might say this is taking up function, but I don't know what I would use it for right now, being that this is one of my 2 catch-all planners, actually 3. Obviously I don't need every little space. However, with that said, I obviously don't need to decorate it either. And there probably will be weeks where this does not get decorated at all, and I'm fine with that. But we're filming a video. And when we film a video, we have to decorate it, right? Now I think I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of more here. Okay. So that's pretty much it. That's how I've been setting up this particular planner. I just kind of jot things down in a messy way. So this will be the nicest little look. It doesn't look very pretty after the pen because I mean, these are really tiny spots. So it is all over the place. But that's how I set up this. And what I do from there is I take this and all of this information and I put it in here. Now, I usually don't set up this particular planner. This is my daily, until the day before. But I can do some general setups. I've actually already decorated for most of this month. I just went in with a couple of Live Love Posh sticker books and just started stickering up some things on the page. I haven't done anything for these days because, like I said, I usually wait until the day before to fill it in. But there's kind of a general routine going on, so I can kind of fill in the basics. So I have been utilizing this a little bit different. So if you've seen some of my setups in this particular planner before, things are a little different. What I have done differently, I'm still capturing the same things, but I've now moved my work to-dos over to the hours. I'm still using the hours, and I'll explain that in a minute. But now moving my work to-dos over here means now I'm not splitting up work to-dos and then personal to-dos. So now over here, I can just write my personal to-dos. Now, it might seem duplicative of what's here, but I won't put all of this stuff in here. This will be like kind of other things that kind of pop up. This I fill in on, like I said, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And then I really much just use this more as a reference point. Once we start getting into the week, any to-dos go here. So then I don't keep adding to-dos here. To-dos start getting added here. So this is definitely more of a pre-planning thing. While this is technically pre-planning because I'm planning before the day starts, I do kind of work in this planner a lot more frequently throughout the day. So as things get added and things come to mind, I'll just add it here and not add it in the other one. So that is how I kind of utilize all of these differently. This one, while I can refer to it throughout the week, most of the stuff in here will eventually land in here. So I will pull this out like Monday afternoon or Monday evening and sit down and pencil in anything that needs to go in here. That's on Tuesday. I will kind of pencil that in. But like I said, I'm not going to add to this. I'll add to this. Does that make sense? So I'm going to go ahead. I guess we could use orange here. I'm going to go ahead and time block my work hours. I time blocked my day. I do use stickers too, and we can go ahead and add some of my stickers. All right, so let's kind of go through what I've done with the stickers. This is not probably all the icons I'm going to be adding, but it's a good part of the icons I'm going to be adding over here. So like I said, I put my little girl there to indicate that this is my work time block. It's cute. It makes it look cute there, right? What more can you say? The skincare ones, like I said, that's just for my AM skincare routine. My PM, I'll put a check mark beside it once I'm done. Got my little workout girl icon, same thing, put a check mark there when it's done. The TV and book icons. Now what I'm going to do here, I would like to find a pretty blue. This doesn't really match completely, but we're going to use it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to like take this and go there and there. And then here I'm going to go here and here. So I can write in what I've watched and what I read that day. Because I want to make these planners a little bit more useful. And also I want to get in the habit of like journaling. So adding little things like this is kind of capturing like moments. Like I don't want to just put a book there and check it off and be like, oh, I read that day. Obviously, who cares about the TV? Like I wouldn't check that off. But like reading is something that is a goal of mine. I want to read every day. But this way I'm capturing what I'm reading, what I'm watching. So it's kind of like a memory keeper. So with that also said, the other things that I really want to do, I should have an orange. All right, so let's kind of go over what I do here. Now, everything is not here. I will be adding probably icons over here to the side, which are also my daily to-do like checklist, unless I don't have enough to-dos, which never happens. And then I need to fill it in, then I'll just use words. But I have like some chore some chore icons and stuff like that. And I just think it's really cute with icons. Look how cute that looks. So, I've kind of already went over the icons. So this is going to be my personal to-dos because like I said, I'm going to write my work to-dos here. Because I have a big meeting on that Tuesday, I won't really even have that many actual other to-dos to write in there. So it's fine. I should have more than enough space. But like for Monday, I have all of this to write to-dos. That is more space than I have for my personal to-dos. So I like literally only need to write like 2 or 3 things really for my work to-dos. In general, I don't write every single thing, just things that I need to kind of be sure to do. So yeah, that's what that's for. Now, so when my morning starts or the night before, that's when I will fill out this and this, right? Now, after the day, so at the end of the day, when I'm getting ready to come in here, or like Tuesday morning when I'm coming in here to set this up, then I'm going to come in and I'm going to fill in what I read the night before, what I watched the night before, and then I'm going to fill in this box. This is the box that I'm using for journaling / memory keeping. So it is not elaborate. That's why the box is small, because basically the only thing I'm putting in here is what I can't what doesn't really show up in any of this. So what else do I need to complete the picture of my day? So that way I can look at this and get a snapshot of what happened that day. So like I'll just throw in a few things. I'm not going like in detail about anything. If I want to go into detail about something, that is what my journals are for, or things of that nature. I'm trying to get into the habit of doing this because next year I really want to get more into memory keeping and things of that nature. So if I start this now, maybe it'll become a habit. Plus, I just think it's something good to have. Plus, I wasn't utilizing this whole space every day. So this does help me kind of use everything. Yes, some of these have a lot of stickers. This, I knew I didn't need as much that day. So that's why this one is heavily decorated. But like, you can kind of see, I don't have as much decorations on the page. It's just these days I kind of already know what's going on, so that's why I didn't decorate it as much. So there we go, 2 down, right? It's not that bad, right? And you can kind of see how like these 2 planners are kind of different already. Like this, I'm kind of getting more specific when I talk about my work to-dos. These work to-dos probably aren't going to be here. I won't have that many work to-dos on here, but like if I need to remember to do something, I'm like, okay, next week I have to do this, this, and this. That's what goes here. But then I have certain things that I need to do on a daily basis, or certain projects that I'm working on and things like that. So now with that said, I'm going to go here. This is my on the go planner. So I really like this planner. It doesn't get a lot of use. It's kind of a just in case type planner, but I'm going to go ahead. I'll just use those. So I can't use those. So we're just going to go ahead and write the dates in. So this is an outdated planner, so I do have to write over the dates. Okay, so this planner kind of like this. Okay, so the weekly, what I do is I will put all of the appointments, any date and time specific things. So this is, like I said, an on the go. So it's going to either go in my purse or it's going to go in my work bag. It's pretty much not going to see my desk again after I actually set it up. So on Saturday, Sunday, it will be on my desk as I'm filling in for the week ahead. Then it's going to go in my purse, my work bag, and that's where it's going to stay until I pull it back out the next week. The reason why I like to have it is because if I'm on the phone, it's going to be hard for me to look at my calendar. Sometimes my Google Calendar gets confusing. So it's just nice to have the very important things here. So this is not going to include very much at all. Like I have a doctor's appointment on Wednesday, so I will write that in there. You know what I'm like? That's kind of like what I'm thinking of when I say high level things. I mean, I'll write in here work meeting, but I don't even need to get into the nitty gritty about the time there. But that's kind of what this goes. If there's any birthdays, I will put birthdays on here because, you know, I like to put that in like 5 different places because I still forget. So yeah, that's what goes there. Let's talk about these. Okay, so this has 7 daily pages. I don't use them as dailies because I don't need a daily. This is on the go. It's like a quick reference thing, but I have found a lot of uses for this. First, I need to put some more stickers on here because it's already annoying me with the dates and times. So let's just go ahead and use the same set I was using. And let's just like throw some like random little stickers like on here. All right, so my setup is now done for my on the go. So this one I do not use the this week because I have this. I don't need it. So I usually don't even put stickers. I don't decorate this planner. I don't. Last week I decorated it. This week I decorated it. I may decorate if I have extra stickers laying around, but generally it doesn't get decorated. So here I'm just going to throw in any of the high level stuff. I already said that. This is my weekly to-do. So I'll do a list here of my to-dos that I need to do. It'll probably, a lot of times I'll kind of put the priorities here. So it won't be everything that's listed in these. Sometimes it stays blank and I kind of add my to-dos as I'm out and about, like my brainstorming to-dos. That's usually what it's for, but every once in a while I'll write a to-do in there when I'm doing my setup. These are just going to be blank notes pages. So, you know, when you're out and about and a thought comes up, this is where I can write that thought down. Now, these two are, you know, I think that makes a lot of sense to be in here. So I have my meal planning and groceries. So even though this, I have a fitness and wellness planner and I track what I eat in there, I feel like this is more acting as a brainstorm to come up with my grocery list. That's pretty much what it is. And I kind of treat this as more like columns. That's the reason why I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that way I can use all this space for lunch, all this space for dinner, and I don't need that much space for breakfast. But yeah, I'm just going to brainstorm my meals that I want to have for the upcoming week and then figure out what I need to purchase at the grocery store. Again, I think this belongs in this particular planner because when I need to see the grocery list is when I'm out and about. So that's the reason why this is in here. Now, in July, when I started using this particular planner as an on the go, I was also keeping track of my workout plans, the workouts I plan to do for the upcoming week, because my wellness planner is more of a tracker and there is really no place dedicated for that in here. So I was using that. However, like I said, this stays in my purse or my work bag. So it really doesn't help me to write down the workouts that I want to do that week in this particular planner. I work out at home. I guess if I worked out at the gym, it would be great for that. But because I work out at home, I don't ever look at it. So what I've done is there are some pages in the back here. And for the next few months, I have enough pages for that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll do like, week by week. So just put it in there. And next quarter, I have to figure it out. I don't know if I'm going to have enough space to do goals on the blank pages and that on the blank pages. So maybe I'll start incorporating it into my monthly calendar. If I can figure out how to finagle that to have enough room, might do that because this just doesn't serve a purpose. So I still, could possibly use these pages. I don't very often. The other thing I do like to keep track of, or I might need to keep track of when I'm on the go, is any type of health and wellness symptoms that I'm having or anything like that I want to know. I'll just kind of note these toward the back. So that way regular kind of to-dos and brainstorming can go up here and then health and wellness stuff can go in the back. So that is the setup for that. So as you can see, I have 3 planners that are, I guess you can call like catch-alls. Like this is my main baby. This is it. And then this is kind of a supplemental to this. This just kind of helps me pre-plan it and plan it out, make sure I'm not missing anything when it comes to putting things in here. And then this is an on the go. This is a very, very abbreviated version of these two. Okay. So you can kind of see even though they all kind of capture similar things, they are different and they all serve their own purpose. And you can also see it didn't take me that long to set it up. Yes, I didn't input things in here just because it's early. Plus, I probably wouldn't do that on camera anyway, just to kind of maintain some sort of privacy, which is why I don't really do a lot of after the pens in my planners. But it really wouldn't take me that long to do that because this is what I'm going to do, like I said, on the weekend prior to the week. This is set up the day prior or the morning of. And then this also gets done, but you can see the very limited amount of time it'll take to set up this. The most time will be me trying to figure out what I need to eat for the next week and then figuring out what groceries I need. So that takes up the most time, but that would take up time regardless of whether I put it in a planner or not. So there we go, guys. I kind of just wanted to run through this process with you, kind of show you the setups. I thought about doing like me writing in my planner, but then when I started thinking about it, I'm like, what can I show you writing? Because like I said, certain things I don't really want out on the internet. So that would very limit that. So I hope this is sufficient enough. I hope this gave you a picture of how I utilize all this, how I'm making these planners work for me. So some may say it's a lot of planners, it's too much, but you can see it's truly not. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, please press that like button. And if you have yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider subscribing to my channel. That's all I have for now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.